Hey.
Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so Greg, tonight is night 2 of the back-to-back. These can't be easy to play in.
Yeah, this is a test of will and really of conditioning as well. I expect there to be some big swings tonight. Should be a fun one.
So the net starting 5. Terrence Mann is out there at Porter. Then it's Sharp. Then there's Cam Thomas.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Driving to the basket.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Out to Harris. Here's Rollins. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Antetokounmpo. The shot by Rollins, no good. Looking at the last game for the Bucks, it was a loss to the Knicks in New York. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, guys, after giving up Damian Lillard to the wave and stretch, the Bucks are going point guard by committee, with Kevin Porter Jr., Cole Anthony, and Ryan Rollins all contributing. And I expect we'll see the ball in Giannis's hands early and often.
He knows his stuff. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks. Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. From deep three-point land, they get it again. And there's Thomas with the 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
It's tipped.
An 0 for 4 start. Somebody forgot to take this team out of the cooler.
Puts up a deep 3. Rebound, Milwaukee.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
And, boy, when you see someone hurting like this, it's always scary.
You're exactly right. I mean, with the way it looked, what we have to hope for now is that somehow it's not a long-term issue.
The Nets making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, Milwaukee, quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
Yeah, I think for the Nets, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
And the Bucks miss again.
I think adrenaline was a factor there. He wanted to hit that answer three so badly.
Antetokounmpo with the steal. They could use a bucket, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis is a monster around the rim. Too easy there.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Rollins the pass to Prince. Off target from outside. Nets leading by 12. A floater. He takes it up and lays it in. He's got 13.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Here's Rollins. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the jam.
Superb initiative from Antetokounmpo. I mean, that may be something we overlook, but being able to take that initiative allows him to be a real menace when he's rolling to the rim after a pick.
Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Boy, you could see it and feel it in his eyes at the start of this period. He is on a mission.
Now here's Giannis. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Pass to Portis. Harris outside. Prince dishes to Antetokounmpo. Just 5 on the clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Harris misses.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated.
Oh, man.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
They get it back. Portis sinks that one from the post.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Nets lead by 14. And we'll get the set. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
People say the mid-range shot is dying, but so far in this one, that has not been the case for this team.
Another big component of their game early on has been their execution on the fast break. They're getting a bunch of easy baskets, pushing it in transition.
They've got Turner. Anthony is out there with Kevin Porter. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Coffey in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
It was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Bucks want to capitalize on their bigs. Coach Doc Rivers said, one advantage we have is our size, and the slower the game gets, the bigger we get. So taking opponents out of transition, making it a half-court game, allows us to be a big basketball team. Back to you.
Leveraging all that size. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for throw down the sledgehammer.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't do that.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
And, fellas, he pulled it off to perfection.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high-percentage shots for him so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half. Scoring the ball, he has been lethal and efficient. Wow.
And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Bucks. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
You see the quickness there from Anthony, beating everybody to the spot.
And so Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. A big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Prince comes in for Amir Coffey. Gary Harris is checked in for Porter. And Rollins subbed in for Cole Anthony. And the Nets also making a change. Porter's checked in for Wilson.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Rollins with the bucket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And it's in there. 33 points for him.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And so now a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Bobby Portis is checked in for Turner. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for... And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Did you miss us? Stupid question. Of course you did, and we missed you. And tonight we kick off with our mid-season focus on...
When I look at Brooklyn, fresh out the gates, they've already established themselves as one of the teams to beat.
That is certainly reflected in their ranking here. And switching gears now to that first half. Big hill to climb for the Bucks.
I think it's funny watching these guys.
And that is...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Bucks trail by 18, and it's time for an injury report.
Thanks. I got some news from Brooklyn's head athletic trainer. They told me it's a collapsed lung, a serious situation, and we're all hoping that he's okay. And to have an injury like this so early on in the season isn't easy, but they're confident that they'll be fine while they wait for him to come back. They certainly have a next man up mentality, guys.
Allie, thanks as always. We appreciate the report. Well, at least we know now how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
So for Brooklyn now, the post tandem, Porter Jr. and Claxton. Then it's Terrence Mann. Then there's Cam Thomas.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Prince, the pass to Harris. Here's Rollins. Kicks it out to Giannis. Lets the 3 fly. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Excellent positioning by Porter, setting himself up to save that play.
Here he goes, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And, Clark, one idea that Commissioner Silver mentioned, shortening NBA games to 40 minutes as opposed to the current 48 minutes. What are your thoughts there?
You know, Kevin, I don't know if shortening the game would be an answer. I certainly would love to see the season shortened to take maybe 12 to 14 games off the regular season. I think would go a long way to enhancing the season-long quality of play. Yeah, he's like a one-man band out there, dialed in and on the attack.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Prince wide open. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Chalk up 2 there.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Milwaukee making a switch here. Turner's checked in. The Nets also changing it up. Wilson, he's checked in for Michael Porter. Zaire Williams comes in for Mann. And Martin subbed in for Thomas.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Now, here's Portis. D right on him. Harris passes to Prince. And again, unable to change momentum here. Fires from deep. Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. For Milwaukee, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his all the power on that throwdown.
Goodness. Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory. All right, Dom, thanks.
Probably like 3,000 miles past due. Man, I'm not gonna worry about it.